Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Big Keys. Welcome to the Wrestlemania Aftermath show here on the Wrestling Talk Radio YouTube channel. Like I said, I'm your boy Big Keys for everything and anything wrestling. Coming on tonight, before we get started, I do apologize that, if I do sound kind of somber and everything. It's been a long day. Um, and as y'all know, today was the 1 year anniversary of my mother's passing. And it's been a long and rough day. I want to personally thank everyone for calling on me, checking on me, texting me, messaging me. I did go to work today. I was battling back and forth with going to work, but I decided to go ahead and go to work today because I felt like I needed it to get off my mind. And yeah, but I just wanted to speak on my mother and everything in regards to and I know I did this a couple of shows ago. We did a dedication to her on the show, and this show was also dedicated to her loving memory as well. If anybody, and I won't speak too much of it. I mean, I won't take too much of the time because we do got a couple things we got to get into. Um, for anybody who knew my mother was one of the nicest people that you will ever meet in this world. She would give you the shirt off her back. She would make sure you had something to eat, make sure you had something to drink. Always friendly at cookouts. If y'all knew our infamous cookouts we had for the July, my mother and my father, may he rest in peace as well. Um, they always made sure they always made sure you left with something to eat. And and my mother, she taught me a lot. And she had been sick for past couple of years. She got sick in 2020, as y'all know. Like I said, I'll try to keep it short but sweet. She got sick back in 2020. She ended up going down to Charlotte to live with my sister for a minute, and she was living down there for a couple of years. And she took ill when she got was down there. She wasn't feeling too good. She ended up going to hospice care. For some of y'all don't know, I was living in Richmond this time last year, so I was commuting back and forth between Richmond and Charlotte, going to see her. She was in the hospital. I had to go see her when she went to the hospital. She came out. She went to hospice. Came back home. She took sick again. Came back to Charlotte. So I was constantly on again, off the road again, going to Charlotte and just checking on her. Finally, like I said, she did put her in hospice care. They pretty much took her off her medications, and they were just pretty much getting her ready for end of life. And uh, unfortunately, on this day last year, 8 p.m., I got a phone call. Well, leading up to the phone call, I was going to come back down there and see her, but my sister was like, she's taking a turn for the worse. And, she was like, just hold off before you come to see her. I was like, okay. I said, keep me updated. She got a phone call that Tuesday night. No, Tuesday afternoon. She say, I got to go up to the center. She's like, Mom is not doing well. And she called me again late afternoon. She was like, she got a glazed over look on her face or whatever. And and she handed the phone. She handed the phone over to my mom. I told her, I said, Mom, hang in there. I said, I'm coming to see you next week. She didn't say anything. My sister said she was still glazed over, and then 30 minutes later, I get a phone call that said she had passed. That was difficult for me to hear, and I wasn't there. And I think my sister, who has been nothing but a blessing for our family since when my mother got sick, she took her in, took care of her. My sister basically let me live my life after taking care of mom and dad for so long. She let me live my life. So I thank her for everything that she did. And hold on, I'm gonna let my boy in here real quick. I'm gonna put him on mute real quick. But I thank my sister for being the person that pretty much took care of the best of mom while she was down in Charlotte. And I miss her, and it never gets easier. I lost both of my parents before I turned age 40, and well, I turned 40 next month, but it's never easy. So I tell everybody whose parents are still living, cherish every moment you have with them. Cherish every moment you have with them, because they could be here today and gone tomorrow. Hug them, love on them, tell them you love them every day you get a chance, because they could be gone tomorrow. So, you know, um, I just wanted to share that, and mom, I know you're watching, I know you're watching right now, and I love you, and I miss you like hell, and I wish every time I can have you back here. Last year was hard on me with Mother's Day and the holidays and the cookouts and all this and all that. It's definitely been difficult for me, and I was like, Mom, it was definitely difficult on my birthday because she always texted me or calling me, wishing me happy birthday, and my sister, she ended up, she texted me on my birthday, and she's like, Mom wanted to give you a message, and she said, Mom said, I couldn't be there, but we love you and we miss you, and that definitely touched me. So, but anyways, I just want to speak on that. Like I said, Mom, I love you. I miss you so much. You're always on my mind, and I just wanted to get that out the way. But yeah, like I said, your loved ones, tell them you love them before it's too late. I just want to say that. But I was contemplating not doing this show, but I went ahead and I felt like I needed to get it out the way, and because we had an important weekend just happen, but mentally it's like I needed this for my sanity, and I really needed to get that out the way and just speak on it and everything. Like I said, it's been a difficult day, but I made it through. It's every day. This is not going to get easier, and I'm always told that it doesn't. It still hurts. I still cry. And I still wish she was here. And but once again, Mom, this show's for you. I love you. Tell Pops, tell Curtis I said hello up in heaven. I know y'all going up there. I know y'all are acting a fool up there. I know you up there cussing Dad out, telling him to turn the damn TV down because he's probably watching Cops or Steve Harvey with the TV up at 100 levels on that. My nephew made a joke that after my father passed away, he said Grandpa was up in heaven watching Cops with the TV at the highest level it could go. My dad, if y'all know my dad personally, my dad was he loved Cops, and he used to always watch Cops. Matter of fact, he knew watch Cops so much. When he watches Cops so much, he actually knew some of the police officers from Cops, and so every time the show used to come on, my dad's like, "That's Officer Anderson right there." I was like, "How the hell does he know every name of these cops on each other?" I was like, "Dad, you watch too." I said, "Dad, you watch Cops too much." But Mom, like I said, I love you. We miss you here. The show's for you. So with that being said, a couple of shout outs I'm gonna give. Shout out to my boy Fuego Beats, and I apologize, Fuego. STEM Boys project that you got with your sons, they're doing big things. I got to get with you and everything. I actually talked to him prior to the show and everything, and just told him I appreciated him. He's always been there with me since day one. Appreciate you, fam. Also, shout out to my boy Sean. You're a boxing fix. Make sure y'all, if you're a boxing fan, check out his YouTube channel. Also check him out on Instagram as well for anything and everything regarding boxing. Make sure y'all follow the socials as well. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. Keep everything updated with the latest and greatest in wrestling. Also, I want to give a special shout out to two gentlemen. And I know one of them, the name is Kevin. I apologize for forgetting the other name of the other individual. But I actually, the one individual I work with his wife at my job, and she actually told me that her husband has a podcast, and she said he's a wrestling fan just like I am, and she's like, you got to check them out. So there's a podcast called Two Fat Guys Podcast, and these two brothers have been Dan. Thank you, Dan. Dan is watching live. Dan, thank you, Dan. Apologize, my dude. These guys, I checked them out on Tuesday. They're wrestling fan. They actually went to WrestleMania up in Philadelphia, and they check out their Facebook. It's called Two Fat Guys Podcast. They're also on YouTube. Dan, if you can drop your information in the comment section, everything, so I can share that with everybody, I would definitely appreciate that, fam. So that way, Kevin, it's Kevin and Dan. My apologies, I apologize, Kevin. Drop your information down there, man, so I can definitely share it with everyone, so they can check y'all out. These two brothers are up and coming, man. They're just like us in regards to the podcast and wrestling. These guys, I was commenting on their show on Tuesday night. They were discussing the fallout from WrestleMania and NXT as well. So these two brothers, we definitely going to collab with them one day. So I'm looking forward to that, the collaboration we're going to do with them one day. And I'm going to have them on the show eventually, and I hope to get on their show eventually. So, but Kev, drop your information into the comment section, fellas, so that way I can give all the information before the end of the show. So that way I can y'all can check them out as well, man. Definitely, shout out to everyone up in the podcast game, especially wrestling. I was telling dudes, like, this ain't a competition, man. I gotta love everyone, man. So this is definitely something that we want to do. So make sure y'all check them out as well. So we're gonna get the show started. We're gonna do a little something different here. The beginning of the show I'll be on for the majority of the show, and then for the after that, I'll probably fall off the show a little bit, and and I'm gonna let the guys take the reins in regards to something that came up last night, and so I'll let them discuss it, and I'll let them take the reins on this. But for the first part of the show, let me just introduce the crew. We got one person that's missing, but he'll be on a little bit later and everything. I think he's out there stabbing somebody or something right now. So, anyways, all right, we're gonna start off with Tavius Neutron. Y'all know the dude. Let me bring him on real quick. What up, Lucas? What's good with you, fam?
Y'all know what's going on. I'm ready to talk shit. A whole lot to talk about.
we're gonna get on to that, man. And of course, my boy Chris, the number is up there, barely 800K. Like I said, we'll dive into that later and everything when I give them the reins tonight. Chris, what's good with you, fam? Hey, yo, I should have played at my party, dog.
You really should.
I really should, bro. And just out of nowhere, just play that at the party, fam.
Bro, I think people will get on the dance floor. I think people will get on the dance floor like, yo, I never heard this. This must be a new track. Not understanding this been out for 20 some odd years.
Two people will know what's going on. Two people will know the song and be like, yeah, Mark Henry. But Chris,
Sexual Chocolate, baby.
What's good with you, Chris, man? What's going
on, man? That was a heartfelt monologue, bro. I don't want to get into it, but that was heartfelt.
I know, like I said, we're not going to get into it. I know you feeling what I felt, you felt the same thing I've been going through and everything. Like I said, and like Kevin said in the comments, he's it doesn't get easier. It doesn't, but hey, we're here, we're moving on, but I muted myself, sorry. But the show's gonna go on. I know my mom wanted me to do this, so we're gonna keep the show going, man. But anyway, so WrestleMania Aftermath, that's what we're here to discuss, y'all. So WrestleMania, biggest event of the year, of the decade, took place this past weekend, live from Philadelphia. It was a great event. It was definitely a great event. But before we get into that, let's start off with NXT Stand and Deliver and get y'all comments. Anything that stuck out to you, NXT Stand and Deliver, what y'all think about the show? We did crown a new NXT Women's Champion in Roxanne Perez. She made Lyra Valkyria tap out, so she's a new NXT Women's Champion. Dragunov defended his NXT title against Tony D'Angelo. He kept his title. So also Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin defended NXT Tag Team titles against Nathan Frazier and Axiom. They won that match, but we're gonna get into what happened on Tuesday night after that. But let me get your thoughts, fellas, on NXT Stand and Deliver. What you guys think of the show?
Chris?
I didn't really watch it. Y'all did.
I actually only watched the Trick Williams Carmelo Hayes match because that was honestly the only match I had any interest in watching. But I was busy majority of that day with the new place, fixing it up and whatnot. So
Yeah, remember I was high. I was at a. I was.
yeah, I honestly didn't get back to my. I didn't get back here until probably like 6:30. I want to say.
Yeah, I was. I was high. I was at a weed fest in my brother's podcast, and I'll be honest with you. I still haven't watched night one.
Oh, okay. Well, to me,
I know what happened, but I still haven't watched it.
Well, I'll go ahead and give my thoughts because I watched the whole event. Stand and Deliver was actually a decent show. They had some good matches. The North American title match, the three-way between Dijak, Josh Briggs, and Obafemi was really good. Definitely a good match, man.
Somebody should have been taking notes during that match. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was definitely a good match. I would actually want to see Dijak win the NXT North American title but I feel like his time is coming. I feel like he's gonna end up getting the title soon. So, but that match was good. The Roxanne Perez, I feel like the title change was needed, considering Valkyria's title reign as NXT Women's Champion was kind of stale. You know, the only thing she kind of did prominent was beat Becky Lynch for the title.
It wasn't Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, Stratton lost the strap to Becky Lynch, and then Becky Lynch lost to Live Valkyria. And Valkyria, she's good, but it's just like, it's something missing. It's like, and Roxanne Perez, as you guys know, Perez turned heel, and now she's the NXT Women's Champion. There is a rumor that, with the upcoming draft that's coming up, Perez and Dragunov both actually appeared on Monday Night Raw after Mania. There is a rumor that both of them are going to end up getting called up to the main roster during the draft. So there might be a possibility that both of them may be dropping their titles real soon.
Or pulling double duty for a little bit.
That's a possibility too. That's definitely a possibility as well. So we're going to lead that into Tuesday night, because on Tuesday night we found out that, go back to the Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes match. Match was good. Definitely, me personally, I don't say it was a letdown, but I felt like I was expecting more out of that match, and it's just like, okay, it's kind of like Trick got the huge win, the crowd pop. I was like, okay, good finish, but then I was like, it's like, okay, then the show ended, and I was like, okay, that's it, and I was like,
well, were you expecting Trick to get jumped by somebody?
No, I wasn't expecting him to get jumped. It was just like I was expecting more, but I was like, okay, be patient. There might be something coming out of this.
Nah.
Then Tuesday night, fast forward to Tuesday night on NXT, we found out that Dragunov is actually facing Trick Williams in 2 weeks at Spring Break-In for the NXT title. Carmelo Hayes came in, interrupted after they agreed upon
Steel cage.
We're getting a steel cage match next week between Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. I think this is going to be Carmelo Hayes' farewell match in NXT. I think Trick wins this match, and I think this is Carmelo's farewell match. And I believe after that, because the draft is scheduled for April 26th to start on SmackDown and then finish on Raw on the 29th. So I believe Dragunov is going to drop the title to Trick Williams at Spring Break-In, and I think Dragunov goes to the main roster. So I think that's what they're going to do. And they're going to let Trick Williams get it. I think Trick Williams is going to get a lengthy title run. I can see him facing a lot of guys at NXT, so I can definitely see that happening. Roxanne Perez, like you said, she might end up being pulled. I just can't see. I mean, they just put the title back on her. I just can't see her dropping the title. But Indy Hartwell, same thing. But Indy Hartwell got injured last year. She had to drop the title. She ended up going to the main roster, and she really hasn't done shit.
Gargano dropped the title after a month of having it.
Yeah, so it's a possibility Perez might lose. I'm trying to figure out who she would lose the title to, because now she's healed. It's not a lot of faces in NXT I want to see. I mean, they could do Fallon Henley. They could do her. But they also announced that the women's division is actually getting a second title. They're getting the NXT Women's North American Championship. No word on when a tournament or how they're going to do that, but I kind of dig it. I thought they were gonna when she announced it. I thought they were gonna bring the tag team titles back because I'm like, we got a bunch of women on the roster. Then they said a secondary title. I was like, okay, so it's a secondary title for the women. I was like, this. I'm like, and I like kind of fact they did it on NXT because everybody's trying to say they should do a secondary title on the main roster, and I'm like,
for what?
I mean, you're gonna have to do a title on each show, and then that's when you're gonna start getting into the territory of, are you gonna get too many titles now? Because then you got the women's tag team title.
Then you're pushing AEW territory with all those pointless ass titles.
It's gonna be a lot of titles, and I feel like, okay, the proper thing to do was to do an NXT because you only got 4 titles. Well, the Heritage Cup trophy is not a title; it's a trophy. So it's a trophy, but it's basically their like television title, almost you can say.
Trash.
It's defended under. If y'all know about the Heritage Cup trophy, it came from NXT UK. It went on a hiatus because with the pandemic and everything happened. Noam Dar was the last champion. Noam Dar came back to NXT. He brought the trophy with him. So then he started defending like a regular title and everything like that. So, but I'm curious to see where it goes. So we'll definitely see where that goes. So we're gonna see how that goes. Like I said, spring breaking is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks spring breaking. So all we know is Trick Williams versus Dragunov for the NXT title. Also, speaking of titles, the tag team titles, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin lost the tag team titles on Tuesday on NXT to Frazier and Axiom. So, and after they didn't show the footage live on TV, but after that, Braun Breaker said his final farewell. So Braun Breaker he sat in the SmackDown, so he's on his way to the main roster, and he was already on the main roster. So they dropped the tag team titles, and Braun Breaker is on his way to SmackDown. No thoughts about what's going to happen to Baron Corbin. I don't know if he stays in NXT or if he goes to the main roster, but this was definitely a refreshing run for Baron Corbin being in NXT. Kind of like that, gave him a little bit of refresher. And it's, some of y'all say, and Kevin can give me credit because on his show, I said in regards to Karrion Kross and AOP, I'm like, maybe they need an NXT run. Lo and behold, guess who shows up on NXT? Karrion Kross and AOP. Final Testament show up on NXT. So they're back down to NXT.
So I know Chris hated this a couple years back when Finn went back to NXT. Can we all?
I was on the last show. Remember, I said at first I hated it, and then I understood it because we was. Yeah.
All right. With that being said, can we all agree that NXT has become? They're basically established again as development, and it's not a cardinal sin if somebody from the main roster goes back to NXT. I think we can agree on that, right? Because it's done good.
It depends on the. It depends. I mean,
here's my thing.
I tell you like this.
So here's my thing. Hold up.
I wouldn't be cool with Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns or
they would never. They would never.
So yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, it depends. I think it depends. Like me personally, I don't think Becky should have went back.
I was just about to say that. I think it was pointless for her to go there. But if they go there for like one-off matches, like Seth did against Braun, I'm fine with that. But for them to go back, but for them to go back and have like an actual lengthy run in NXT, like some of them should go back, some should stay on the main roster. Like Chris said, if it was Drew or Seth or Roman, hell, even Cody, cardinal sin instantly.
And I like the fact that they put Cross back in NXT.
He needs it.
Huh?
He needs it.
Yeah, he needed it. I think him and AOP. I feel like AOP was more.
AOP needs it more, if anything, because they spent majority of their time on the main roster being injured. If one was hurt, then the other was healthy, and then vice versa. And then there were times where both of them were hurt.
Exactly, and I feel like this is a good chance to recreate and like their unit their faction will work in NXT. Plus, that gives the boost to a tag team division because now instantly
they have so much more to work with over there too.
Axiom and then Frazier. Now they got the target on their back, and then you can have a dominant team like AOP down there to feud with a lot of those guys. So I like it. And then you can have Cross feud with a lot of people on their main. I mean, you can have them. You know,
he can go after the NXT title again.
He can go after the NXT title. He can go after the North American title if he wanted. He got a lot of options down there. So I like the fact that they're putting him back down to NXT because that gives him time. It's a refresher.
It really is.
It's definitely a refresher. And I like that move. I actually.
And I think, and honestly, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna stand on this hill. I think Finn started that.
Yeah.
Finn definitely started a movement, I want to say. Not a movement, but I guess you could kind of say, like...
Where's the lie?
Yeah.
Where is the lie?
He kind of started...
No, he did. He did start it.
No, I'm saying not like a movement, but there's a different word I'm trying to figure out. I can't...
No. What you're saying... No, you're saying it the right way. He did. He made it okay to say, hey, let me go give my career a refresher. Let me go... He made that okay. So
I think,
you 100% right, Lucas.
I think people who now here's my question: are there people on the main roster that you would like to see go back to get a fresh start? Me personally, like a couple months ago.
Was the top name.
Hey, me personally, a couple months ago, I would have said Chad Gable and Otis, but they're kind of doing something right now.
I think
Sammy can stay. Obviously.
I think Imperium, the tag team, can go back.
Nah. I think they could, unless you like catapult Gunther into the main event scene, which I do see.
That's where it's heading. But that's where it's heading.
But
Gunther is so over.
But here's my thing.
Yeah.
Is it wise to split them up, knowing how destructive they are as a unit? I mean, hell. Yeah, Gunther kept the championship for 600 something days. So I mean, he did have help from Imperium some of those matches, not all of them, but at the end of the day, I think they all need each other to flourish on the main roster.
Tag team titles have now been separated again on the main roster.
Right.
This opens up a huge opportunity for both tag team divisions on SmackDown,
and especially with new designs being introduced soon for both belts.
Hopefully they give them new designs on both belts.
I think they are.
Yeah, because I don't stop calling them the Raw tag team and the SmackDown. I'm like, okay, we're over calling them the name of the shows.
Look, fuck redoing the belts. Bring back the Raw tag team title, the World Tag Team titles from 03, 04, and the WWE SmackDown tag team titles that Stephanie introduced back in the day. Bring those bitches back, and then we're rolling.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you.
Don't unify them. Don't let them touch each other. No, nothing like that. Don't put them in ladder matches to unify. No, none of that bullshit.
For God's sake,
I'm over. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I'm probably as much as we love Roman Reigns and his run was God tier, I don't want to see another unified title.
No,
I don't.
Never.
I don't care for it. I don't want it. Don't unify shit no more.
But that's why they made Seth's title though, or now Damien's title.
Well, no, we know that. But what I'm simply saying is,
what caused that though was them unifying.
Don't unify this shit. No, you know what happens? Unifying the title does not work. It doesn't. It didn't work for Chris Jericho. It didn't work for Triple H. It didn't work for Randy Orton. It just does not work. Because then everybody bitches.
The only time the Undisputed Championship worked was when it was able to go on both shows.
Exactly.
Before Brock got signed to SmackDown. And then that's when they had to introduce the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah. But
so
remember,
it worked.
But remember, they cut out the two. But remember when they did that, they cut out the two belts and made that I call it the JBL belt. I call it the JBL belt. But
I call it one of the GOAT looking WWE belts.
The belt's gorgeous.
I don't think so.
Honestly though, nothing tops this one though.
He actually had to get up. Well, I got big gold.
You don't have the Smoking Skull belt, so it don't matter.
That was my preference to get was big gold.
It don't matter. I think this is one of the best looking belts ever. Me personally.
Nah, absolutely. You ain't lying. I say the same thing. You ain't lying. I say the same thing.
Right. And here's my thing. The only reason for me to actually still have this belt or actually get it in the first place, I was there the night John Cena unveiled this belt.
At SmackDown.
April 12th.
SmackDown when JBL tried to intercept it.
Yeah, and he had a box full of guts.
By the box full of because he went to the Chicago meat market. Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said you don't have guts.
I think I still have the ticket stub from that night too. Hold on, boys.
Yeah.
I think I do.
Kevin said, "Why are you looking for that?" Kevin said he disagreed with something. I'm trying to go back to my bad, Kevin. I apologize. I'm trying to read through the comments and we're having conversations, so I apologize. We keep going back and forth. I need to figure out what you were disagreeing with so I can address it on the show real quick.
So
my bad.
I do have the ticket stub, and it sits behind this picture of John Cena autographed me when I met him when I was 12.
That is so dope, fam.
Yeah, after all these years, it's the one thing I have from my childhood still that I will never ever lose.
That is so dope. I remember I had a picture of Hulk Hogan, man. I lost it, man, when I was little. I don't know what I did because
I had a picture of Randy Orton autograph too. I forgot what I did with that. Yeah, here's a ticket stub from that night. I don't know if y'all could see.
Yeah. Oh, appreciate it. Kevin said he said he disagreed when he said that it was unnecessary for the Undisputed Championships. So he said it was very necessary and it worked until your man said they said wind up starting Brock Lesnar on SmackDown. So,
yeah,
okay,
when Stephanie told Bischoff, she's like, "Yeah, he's exclusive to SmackDown. I happen to pay him a lot more money."
Yeah, and then when Triple H was handed the World Heavyweight Championship, handed the belt.
That's the one thing I got pissed off about as a child. I'm like, really? You're just gonna give this?
You just gave the man a title.
And you know me, I'm a kid. I'm obviously gonna hate the bad guys at the time.
I want you to no, you earn it.
I think it's funny. After all these years growing up and me like hating the heels as a kid. Now growing up, I'm like, nah, I love these motherfuckers. They're dogs. They're dogs.
Was it Shawn Michaels that gave so-and-so the European Championship? Or was it Triple H? He gave somebody the European Championship, just handed it to him.
That wasn't Triple H. That was Shane McMahon gave Midian the
was
European title.
With one eye going that way and one eye going that way?
No, when Shane McMahon gave the European title to Midian.
Midian.
That's who it was.
So, anyways, that was NXT. So let's talk about WrestleMania now. So, Chris, did you catch any of night one, or you say you haven't watched it on the night one?
No, I haven't watched it, but I know what happens. I can tell, I know things that fucking happen.
What stood out to you at night? Well, I will say the Usos. Was the Usos night one or night two?
Night one. Remember they opened up night one.
The Usos.
The ladder
match opened up.
Becky and
Rhea.
Becky and Rhea. That match was not good. It was not good. I did not like that match at all. It just, I hated that match so much. I didn't like it. And we're gonna get to night two match,
but it did solidify Rhea that she belongs at the top.
Definitely. I did not want to see her lose that title. I'm glad she kept the title. Thank God. I was like, thank you, Lord. They let her keep the championship. I did not want to see Becky with a title run. But the Usos, that let me down. Because I remember we were talking about
big time letdown.
We were how hyped we are. We were like, hey, Jay and Jimmy should open up WrestleMania. And now we go back and watch that match. It was like, that's it? Nobody interfered. It was I just felt like that's it. That was disappointing, man. That really disappointed me, man.
No cap. You know where they fucked up with that match? And I will stand on this hill forever. That match should have been a street fight.
It needed a stipulation.
It needed some type of stipulation. Whether it was a street fight, hell, I would have let them go in Hell in a Cell for all I care.
Oh yeah, Kevin mentioned, he said Ripley and Becky's match was good. Could have been better. So you have to remember Becky was getting over strep throat. She was spiking the fever that morning.
Yeah.
They said she was sick, and I remember, and they can speak for the weather in Philadelphia at the time because they said it was like 40-something degrees. So
night one was really cold. Night two was a lot better. They said weather-wise.
They said night two was a lot better. Kevin, I don't know if you can speak in regards to the weather, the difference between the weather because you were there live. Kevin, if you don't mind in the comments, how was the weather night two? Like Lucas just said, he said the weather was much better night two. They even said it was like 60 degrees at the start of the show.
Hey, I need to ask Kevin one thing. I need him to type in the comments.
He said it was cold.
Hey, Kevin, real shit. Are outdoor WWE events overrated? That's what I want to know. If you think the same thing.
All right, Kevin, go ahead. He said overrated. He said 19 was better. He said 19 was better until the sun went down. You talking about WrestleMania 19?
Probably
19 until the sun went down. Oh, that was the one in
when it was
Jersey.
in Seattle? When
Yeah.
WrestleMania, that was in Seattle.
Yeah, and
that was the
Seattle's,
Brock Lesnar Kurt Angle match.
And Safeco Field has the partial dome too, so yeah, I don't know. For me, like experiencing SummerSlam a couple years ago in Titan Stadium, by the way, which is an absolute shit show of a stadium.
Yeah, was it how you went to attend? Because I know it was
dude, it was so. The first couple of days, it was like 60, 70 degree weather. I shit you not. That Saturday night for SummerSlam, when we got to the stadium, it was 88, pushing 90, I want to say. And then we were like high up, and we were high on the top deck too. So that sun's hitting us like extra hard. But by the time the sun went down, it was a lot better.
That's what's up. The tag team match, as y'all know, we talked about it earlier. They did separate the tag team titles. So A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, who were rumored not to be even in the match.
Chris's boy, A-Town Down.
Now, and they end up winning the SmackDown tag team titles. They pulled them down first. And then, shout out to R-Truth, who tagged in during the ladder match.
I don't know what made me laugh more, that or him posing with Judgment Day on Monday.
Yo, the pose with Judgment Day was the most hilarious thing ever because
Damian Priest said, "Oh hell no!" That was a personal "Oh hell no."
Oh my god! But yeah, so R-Truth and the Awesome Truth are the Raw Tag Team Champions. But
outdoor events are good only in Southern and West Coast states. Yeah, I wouldn't consider Tennessee a Southern state.
Tennessee is considered the South, though.
It is. But I've been to Florida, and it's definitely hotter down there.
Well,
the South doesn't mean just weather. You do know that, right?
I'm talking about weather, stupid.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn, why I gotta be all that? Fuck.
Cause fuck you. That's why.
I didn't call you out your name.
Not yet.
No, not at all. For what? We was having a good dialogue. Fuck you.
Not yet. It's coming though.
Jade Cargill made her WrestleMania debut. They beat Damage Control.
That match was racist.
Did you hear Mark Henry?
I'm talking shit.
Did you hear Mark Henry comments about Kairi Sane disrespecting the ring? They said she didn't get out the ring or something when they were making their entrance or something like that. I heard on one of the podcasts.
I wouldn't get out the ring either. Fuck my opponent's ring entrance.
Mark Henry has become what I'm gonna tell you like this. Mark Henry is sad, fam. Like he really believes that he was more to the wrestling business than what he was.
Hell no.
And the thing is, Mark Henry, for what he's doing now, for what he thought he was going to do, he should just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, stop pole jacking and shut the fuck up.
I read that shit too, and I was like, I'm like Mark Henry, your claim to fame was fucking Mae Young and having a baby with a hand. Don't get me wrong, I was a big fan of the Hall of Pain, but nobody really took him seriously. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I look at it like this, bro. Like,
can I add to that?
Him and Big Show went out worse than what they claimed that they were going out in when they was in WWE. Whether anybody want to admit it or not, Big Show is set. Big Show's leg look like Kurt Angle's.
Man can barely walk. But let me add to that though. Mark Henry was not taken serious until he came out and beat the shit out of Batista.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm adding to that. Is what I'm saying.
When he became the Hall of Pain, I don't need to. When he became the Hall of Pain, hey, I know I joke and say I love the sexual chocolate shit, but nobody took that shit seriously.
It was all a joke. Like
he was a sideshow.
Like
so he kills me when he tries to act like, okay, yeah, you know, and I mean he may know more than us, okay, but we on the outside looking in, but it kills me when he inflates who the fuck he is.
Like
that I don't like that. Don't inflate who you are or what you meant to the business just to feel like, oh, I'm a vet. These young people can't hear what I'm saying. Fuck all that, bro. You left.
For how sad he's going out, like I said, it took him how long to be taken serious in WWE? Like, my dude, you were taken serious all but 4 years in WWE. Your career was how long? You spent majority of your career being a fucking joke. Like, chill the fuck out, my dude.
Right, and that's the thing, and that's the thing that kills me. And that's the thing that kills me with these vets when they go and they leave and they feel like they're leaving for greener pastures. You know what? The grass ain't never always green on the other side. The only reason why Chris Jericho he ain't shit no more. But the only reason why Chris Jericho was able to, to not escape, but to leave and have some type of measure of, some type of measure of winning or anything like that. Hold on.
Chris told the kid, shut the fuck up. It's the last time I'm gonna tell you.
But have some type of, have some type of measure of, winning or anything like that. But that's just Chris Jericho. Hell, Christian just started getting it. But people like Big Show, Mark Henry. I mean, come on. They look bad. They look pathetic. And they both said they left because how they were made to retire or how they felt they were treated on the way out. Well, look how the fuck you being treated now.
What was that shit you sent me that day, Chris? About Randy Orton?
What I say?
How everybody he punted in 2020 ended up going to WWE.
Hey, everybody he killed ended up going to AEW.
Keith, I should not. Hey, Chris sent me this video the other day, and it was a compilation of Randy Orton just punting people all in the year 2020
they all went to AEW.
And what's hilarious, everybody on that list now is in AEW.
Yeah, and everybody on that list is doing nothing.
Absolutely.
Except Christian.
Except Christian.
Except Christian.
Kev said that Big Show didn't want to be an ambassador for WWE.
I don't give a fuck. So what? Your career is over, dog.
Right.
Like,
who you gonna wrestle?
What more did you want? What more did you want? Because guess what? He didn't want to be an ambassador for WWE, but guess what? He wanted to be a commentator for a YouTube fucking show.
He said, please send me that video.
Lucas, hey, Kev, we're gonna get with you after this show.
Hey, what's his IG? I'll send it to him right now. All I gotta do is go to my conversation with Chris. Hey, I got him. Give me 1 sec. I think I can find it.
Hey, send me that video. Hey, put it in the chat.
Here, Keith, I'll send it to you. You send it to him.
Yeah, I'll send it to me. Kev, I'm gonna send it to you, fam. He said, please send me that video.
Oh, bro, he's about to have his ass a good laugh. I promise you.
Kev, let me know when you get that video. Look, when I send it to you, I need your reaction from it. He said, yo, please send me that video. Two Fat Guys Podcast 99. Is that let me ask him if that's his IG. Is that his IG?
Oh, there it is.
You found it?
Yeah, here, Keith, I got you.
All right.
Bro, you're not. Go. You're not.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
God. Yeah, my way, but now you got people on the same.
Yeah, it says, look, literally the caption is everyone that Randy Orton killed in 2020 is in AEW now. Some just took longer to debut than others.
Yeah, to recover from the punt.
Hey.
All right, y'all. So let's get back to it. So Sami Zayn dethroned.
You know how I felt about that. That was pure shit.
Can I just say that was the biggest head scratcher of this weekend?
Like
the biggest head scratcher for sure.
Gunther should have won.
Hey, Chris knows I fucks with Sammy, but you know what? For him to get that feel good bullshit 2 years in a row, fuck all that. Fuck that. Because last year,
I wasn't a fan of that.
Last year it came. Here's my thing. I'm not like that big of a Gunther fan to where I rock his apparel, but damn it, last year it came to the expense of the Usos.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah. Right.
My thing is you put all these dudes in front of him, and he beat them, every single one of them, and then you lose to Sami Zayn.
Of all people,
right? Of all people, like
you had
okay, but here's my thing.
Threat match between Drew and Sheamus.
Exactly.
Could have beat him.
And that was a 5-star match.
It was definitely. It was.
No
I think that was match of the year in 2023.
To me, Sheamus should have won.
Here's my
If
thing.
we were gonna go that route, fucking Drew should have won.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna say this right now. Imagine the type of reaction if it was Chad Gable that beat him.
I think fans would have been more happy if Chad Gable would have beat him.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
All right, Kev said
that's not. I'm sorry, but that's not believable. Kev
said you guys are missing the whole point of the story that was told. I mean,
I'm not missing the whole point of the story.
I mean,
but
I didn't. To be honest with you, I didn't think he was gonna win. I'm just personally, I didn't think he was gonna win. I mean, the story going into that was like he said he couldn't beat him. He said he couldn't beat him. I was kind of like to see where it happened if he would have lost, to see direction his character would have went after that. You know, but it's like
maybe a heel turn again.
I think I would have liked to see Sammy as a heel again, and it's like because I think his face turns just gotten boring. It's like, okay, the underdog thing was cool when you was facing Roman Reigns. That was cool, and then you won the tag team titles. When him and KO won the tag team titles, they kind of just drifted off.
The story leading up to the win was good. The payoff sucked.
Yeah, and
that's what I'm hoping is not the case for Sammy. And hell, I'm gonna say even Cody this time around too.
I think Gable's gonna turn on him next week. I
Probably.
do think Sammy's gonna win. Is gonna win next week in Raw. They're gonna face each other for the Intercontinental title. They are in Sammy's hometown, Montreal. But I do think after the match, I think Gable turns on Sammy.
When's Backlash?
As he should. As he should.
He should.
You know what? Chad Gable need to go back to being a heel. Maybe I'll take him. Maybe I'll take him serious this time.
Not a goofy heel, a serious.
Yeah,
heel.
maybe I'll take him serious this time because I just don't take Chad Gable serious. I think it's Ricky's fault. I think it's Ricky's fault. Why I don't take Chad Gable serious.
Remember when Kurt Angle's heel?
Ricky out here catching praise for no reason.
No. He's not. That's not no straight. That's not a straight. That's not the. I just know why Ricky likes him. You know,
I don't like him.
Like Otis and Chad Gable and you know like that. They don't. To me, I don't care for technique. I don't care for none of that. I don't give a fuck if you're a technical wrestler. I don't give a fuck. You know me. I want to be entertained. You know what I mean? The weakest motherfucker could put on a really good ass story. But I don't care. I like you because you used to be a wrestler. I don't give a fuck. What I liked about Kurt Angle was the fact that he can entertain.
A real Perk 30 threat right there.
Huh?
A real Perk 30 threat.
Yeah. What I liked about Kurt Angle was, yeah, he could wrestle, but you know what was the cool thing about him is he made you want to see him. He made you want to hate him.
He made you want to see that Perk Angle side.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kurt Angle before. I tell you like this. I wish Kurt Angle never went to the wrestling machine. I wish Kurt Angle would have stayed the Olympic hero.
Because, I wish Kurt Angle never went to TNA, honestly.
Hey, I wish he never. You know what I'm saying like this.
But he did have some good ass matches over there.
He had some good ass matches in TNA. But I'm gonna tell you like this. This is how I feel about Kurt Angle's tenure in TNA. The same way Jordan Stans feel about his tenure in Washington. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Nah, I can't go like that. Nah,
it didn't. Oh, I can't. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Happen. Because I'm gonna tell you like this.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about John Spears in AEW. It never happened.
Those matches he was putting on in tits and ass. You mean to tell me he couldn't put that on? You mean to tell me we couldn't get another Brock and Kurt? No, Brock left. You mean to tell me we couldn't get more? You mean to tell me we couldn't have got a Kurt Angle in a Daniel Bryan match?
Wasn't he fighting Undertaker too at one point? They had
they put on some great matches.
They had a good ass match and No Way Out. Those
great matches. Hold on. You mean to tell me we couldn't have got a Kurt Angle versus Batista?
Hey, Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon though. Let's talk.
Hold on.
That's the real CTE match right there.
We couldn't have got Kurt Angle versus the Rated R Superstar?
Again?
For the title?
Right. Perk Angle versus the Rated R Superstar would have been pure TV gold.
We couldn't have got a Kurt Angle versus the Randy Orton of 2007?
No, 2009 Randy Orton.
No, I'm talking about 2007 when John Cena that from No Mercy, I was there, and when he beat Triple H,
twice in one night.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I think 2009 Randy Orton would have been more entertaining.
100%.
Randy Orton putting motherfuckers left and right.
100%. Like I said, we couldn't have got another Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels before he retired.
Hey, you know what though? He's right. Kev's right. It's all Kurt Angle's fault at the end of the day. It's not his fault. He was addicted to painkillers at the end of the day.
Yeah, he said Kurt Angle needed to get clean. He needed to get healthy. And he said, "Look,
all that drug and alcohol abuse."
Hey, you mean to tell me Kurt Angle couldn't have got clean in WWF?
That's the biography I'm waiting on.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, man.
Let's keep it a buck. If you're gonna use that logic, oh, he went to TNA to get himself sober or whatever, then what the fuck happened to Jeff Hardy?
The opposite.
But Kurt Angle didn't get clean in TNA though. He didn't.
I'm saying Jeff Hardy got worse over in TNA.
Exactly. Man, so did Kurt Angle.
Bro, he showed up to one of the biggest title matches drugged and drunk out of his mind.
Kurt Angle was so fucked up in TNA, and then on top of that, he had a lot of personal issues too. His bitch left him for Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I don't want to. I no disrespect, Kevin. You sound cool, but I ain't trying to hear that Kurt Angle needed to get himself clean, because actually Kurt Angle did not get himself clean when he was in tits and ass.
Hey, he needed to get himself clean. Nobody ever said he did though.
I'm just going by that logic. I think he was trying to say like, oh,
it's the difference between saying he needed to go there and him actually getting clean.
Yeah, I understand, but what I'm simply saying is there's a difference between simply saying, oh, that's the reason why he left, because he needed to get clean, when that didn't really happen. So that begs back the question, like, damn, you mean to tell me Kurt Angle couldn't have got clean, or he couldn't have went to rehab that Vince was gonna pay for, or he couldn't have stayed in WWE? No, like Triple H said, motherfucker wanted more money, less dates. He ran from the fucking grind.
Speaking of running from the grind.
And then you come back to WWE when your leg is all fucked up. The drugs have already taken over your body. Nobody can take it. And that's why you lost to fucking Baron Corbin. So he's right. Yeah. Kurt Angle did that to himself. I'm just simply saying.
You know what?
That match did not need to happen.
You know what? At the end of the day, he's still in the Hall of Fame, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be shit.
All right, let's move on.
Snoop Dogg's in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, he rightfully deserves to be.
Let's move on to the
man was comedy gold on commentary. He said, "Whoopee, whoopee."
The Bloodline, as y'all know, night one, the Bloodline defeated Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins to win the tag. They set up the Bloodline rules match on Sunday, but we'll get to that in just a moment. We get to on the night two. What y'all think about The Rock's performance during the match?
He looked great.
He looked good. Awesome. For 51 years old.
Hey, you know what? It's crazy how he's older than John Cena and he's in much better shape than him.
Well, I mean, John Cena don't take steroids.
That match was definitely good, man. The Rock's definitely good.
I think people had low expectations for The Rock competing in his first actual match in over 10 years. But hey,
11 years.
Yeah.
He did outstanding. He did
absolutely.
He took a lot of bumps. It was like I'm getting flashbacks to that, because I actually went back and watched Stone Cold versus The Rock from some of their matches they had at WrestleMania and everything. I said, imagine we would have got that Rock.
Hey.
I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad that they didn't go with the predictable route and let him cost Roman the title. I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad, and I was watching as I was watching this play out. I'm like, as I was watching the night play, I was like, I don't think he's going to cost him the title. I really don't think, because I was like, if that's the way it played out, I like the way it played out. So the tag team match was good, and I enjoyed it. So it
was a good match.
It was a good
I
match.
think the funniest part of the match was The Rock telling the ref, "Don't count, or otherwise I'm gonna fire your ass" in the middle of the match. Bro, I lost my shit when he said that. I was like, wow, he's really taking this board of directors role to a T.
The belt that he got at the Hall of Fame, the fact that he carried around that belt the entire weekend like it was a sanctioned title killed me. My man,
sir, if Muhammad Ali's widow gives you a belt, you wear that motherfucker. I'm sorry.
Somebody made a joke say Damian Priest is going to cash in on the People's Champ.
Bye. I'm out of here. I'm out of here on that note. See.
I was weak when I saw that. I was like, oh, wow.
No, I'm kidding. I'm here. But could you imagine?
That would have been some funny shit. That is just what R-Truth would do. Remember if
yeah.
the briefcase?
R-Truth. Hey, R-Truth would do some stupid shit and cash in on either like the tag titles or the women's title.
It was like you giving the briefcase.
Mind you, he showed up in the women's Royal Rumble match. Anyway, all right, next.
My man brought a ladder to the Royal Rumble. That shit was.
Never forget. Never forget.
Yo, I never laughed so hard in my life.
Never forget. I was like, what are you doing?
On to night two. Now, night two was definitely it was much better than night one, in my opinion. Night two, Drew McIntyre.
Dumbass of the year. Stupid.
Seth Rollins. And as y'all know what happened, CM Punk was on commentary, came out, Drew McIntyre got in CM Punk's face, Punk attacked him, and then here comes Damian Priest.
Hey, I agree with Punk.
Hey,
he told Drew, he's like, "Why? This is your moment. Why are you making it about me?" Drew is obsessed with that man.
Yo, he tripped him up, and then Damian. Yo, the wildest thing when Priest hit Drew, why the suitcase went flying like 20 feet up in the air.
Damian said he went flying too. He almost fell into the crowd.
Yo, that shit was hilarious. This suitcase went whoosh. I was like, oh shit. So Damian Priest cashed in on Drew McIntyre to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. And I was like, yo, Drew is beyond pissed right now. That shit was hilarious. So what y'all think it was? How do you think the cash in? We think the cash in was done properly, or y'all think the cash in was done properly?
I think the cash in was done to perfection. It started one story and kept another one going. I like how they played out. For the simple fact is, Drew has been antagonizing CM Punk for the longest and doing a fucking great job of it.
Love it.
And then you have a CM Punk cost him the title, and then put it a part of history, the second cash in WrestleMania history. I thought that was played out very well.
Let me ask you.
I thought that was pretty good how Damian Priest kept it for damn near a year. I really like that.
Question: better that he did it after the match, or did you want to see it during the match?
I'm glad he did it after the match. I don't want to see a triple threat.
So here's my thing to that. I want to say a couple things. One, I'm glad Damian finally cashed in the briefcase. Two, people need to realize like this little rivalry, whatever you want to call it, between Damian and Drew has kind of been stemming back to War Games. Yes. Remember, they went into that match. They went into that match as partners, but they also didn't like each other at the time. But they had common enemies. So it kind of like plants the little Easter egg in the long-term storytelling that those two still don't like each other. Damian took advantage and cashed in and, possibly got his one-up on Drew.
I like where this is going. I definitely like where this is going. I'm giving Priest his flowers, man. Definitely been a big Punishment Martinez since his Ring of Honor days.
The lesbian Undertaker.
He was called the bisexual Undertaker.
Bisexual Undertaker, excuse me. Sorry, we apologize for that. He came up through NXT, became NXT North American Champion. Dude has been through a lot of everything, so I'm happy to see him as a heavyweight champion. Definitely shout out to Damian Priest, man. He definitely much earned, man. Damian Priest, the Pride defeated the Final Testament in a street fight. If y'all saw it, Bubba Ray Dudley was the guest referee. There's some good moments in there. Good moments, good street fight.
Bubba Ray Dudley, dude, he talk it, but I need him to stand on what side of the fence he gonna be on. He needs to stay. He needs to figure out what side of the fence he gonna be on.
We're gonna get to that.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
You know what side of the fence he's on.
No.
We'll get to that.
No, Lucas. I don't know what you've been watching. He's been real AEW Mark a few times this year. He needs to determine what side of the fence he's gonna be on.
I haven't seen that. If anything, I've seen AEW virgins insulting him, calling him this and that, saying he sold out for a paycheck for one night. Like,
we'll get to that.
We're gonna get to that. You're right. We'll get to that because there goes more into that. You're right.
I will let y'all have at it, but let's clear this up and then we'll get to that in just a moment. All right. LA Knight defeated AJ Styles. Pretty good match. I figure LA Knight was gonna get the win and put over. AJ Styles was gonna was gonna put over LA Knight. So I'm glad to see LA Knight get his win.
I feel that was a pity win. I feel that was a pity win.
It was a pity win. I feel like
I think that was charity. That was a charity win.
I felt like I honestly thought, and that's the next match we're gonna get into. I really feel like LA Knight should have won the United States title here at Mania against Logan Paul. But they didn't go that route. Instead, they went a triple threat match between Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. Logan Paul did retain the title against who called on the show that Logan Paul was going to retain? Was it you, Chris? Yeah, Chris said he was going to retain. I thought Randy Orton was going to get the win, but I don't know where they're going with this Randy Orton Kevin Owens thing. But I feel like LA Knight and Logan Paul's coming next.
The reason why I knew they was going to win is because I just couldn't see Randy Orton being nobody's United States champion.
Yeah, I feel like
he wasn't gonna be nobody's United States champion, bro. He's past that. He has passed that. He is not Randy Orton. There's just certain people that's not secondary title. They're not for that no more. And Randy Orton's one of them. So you don't put a secondary title or something like that on him. You just don't. You just can't. I feel it'd be too disrespectful.
Yeah, Kevin said he feels like Logan Paul's gonna hang on to the title to SummerSlam when he go to Cleveland. So
yeah, because that's where he's from.
Yeah, I can see a possibility of LA Knight winning the title to SummerSlam. So that could be a possibility. It'll be interesting to see where things go. Bayley defeated Io Sky to win the WWE.
Now that's what I was happy about. That is what I was happy about.
Bayley got her moment.
Deserved. Well deserved. Y'all know I'm not even a Bayley fan, but she deserved that shit.
She got her Mania moment.
When Io countered the Rose Plant, that was ill. I like that. When she countered the Rose Plant, but Bayley found a way to win. The elbow drop.
She finally got her singles moment.
Yeah. Hey Keith. Hey, Bayley won. Lucas hit her with the hey big head.
Shit, I may have.
Because you know, Lucas for the last 3-4 years been all about motherfucking Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. He hit Bayley with the hey big head.
Hey big head, how you doing?
Bayley at the Hall of Fame though. Lord have mercy.
The Cake Hall of Fame.
Hey, Lucas. Hey, Keith. Lucas tried to spin the block.
Nah, I sent her. Hey, Chris, how'd they say it on Wild Out? I sent her the purple emoji.
She sent the water right back. Splash.
He played that Mark Henry.
I don't need to play Mark Henry.
Hey, Keith, my boy Lucas said, baby, I thought the grass was greener on the other side, but I fucked up. I'm ready to come home, baby.
Home.
Hey, he said, I'm ready to come home, baby.
He said, I can stay.
Hey, Keith. Lucas was begging Bayley. He was begging like Keith Sweat.
Hey, how did Martin beg Hey, how did Martin beg Gigi to stay? He said, "Go, you can go. I don't care." As soon as she started walking, Gigi.
Hey, no. Lucas had to do like Martin did at the restaurant when Gina left, and he had to sing "I Will Always Love You."
Man.
hey, Keith. Lucas had to hit Bayley with the baby. Come on, Sasha and them didn't mean nothing to me. It's always been about you.
Realistically, she's the only one. Hey, realistically, out of those three, she's the only one whose merch I own.
Shout out to Bayley, man.
That's comical. And that's crazy for how crazy, because you don't. When I've noticed one thing, when you like somebody or whatever, you make sure you get their merchandise. So that's crazy that I thought you did have the man shirt.
I did, but it got small on me because your boy over here.
Okay. So then, yeah, you have merch, but yeah, that's crazy that as much.
I never had no Sasha merch though. I never bought any.
Yeah, you never had no Sasha merch, and that's crazy considering you went harder for her than anybody.
But definitely give Bayley her flowers, man. That was
man.
She's at the bottom of the list for me now. That bitch could go be the CEO for the Cokehead for all I care. She's the op.
But shout out to she definitely deserved it. Royal Rumble winner, win a women's title, much deserved. I love
and had her group betray her too. The group that she formed.
You know what? I remember I said it on the show. I hate that they had her betray her that quick. They had the group portray her the next fucking week after Mania, after Royal Rumble. I thought that was stupid. They could have kept that going like they did with Batista and Triple H.
Another week or they could have dragged it out another week or two, maybe 3.
They could have dragged that out until fucking February. They could have dragged that out till at least early March.
Yeah, let her be part of the group and everything, and then I feel like they could have dragged that on. But nevertheless, I do think there's a possibility they might move Damage Control to Raw, because I say, what do y'all want? Well, let's get to the match, the Cody Rhodes match, and then we'll talk about the draft in regards to where everybody's going. As y'all know, the main event, Cody Rhodes did defeat Roman Reigns to become the new undisputed Universal Champion. After everybody got involved, who was the first one that came down? Jimmy.
No,
Sikoa.
Jimmy and Solo.
Yeah, Sikoa, yeah.
And then Cena came out.
And then Cena came out.
And then The Rock.
And then The Rock.
And then The Rock.
And then Undertaker. And then Seth Rollins came out to the Shield music, which was weird.
Everybody was like, is Ambrose coming back?
Well, no. You know why they did that? That's good storytelling. Yeah. They brought him out because they say Roman Reigns is still not over the whole Shield. The whole Shield debacle.
And you want to know why? Because Roman cared more about getting his lick back on Seth Rollins than retaining his championship.
Exactly.
And you know what's crazy?
So he knew that would consume him and to take his mind off. Great strategy.
Call me fucking crazy, but Triple H said Roman's next story is going to be mind-blowing. I'm thinking he's about to start a program with Seth Rollins.
I can see that.
Have it be like, you cost me the title, you interfere, you stuck your nose where it shouldn't have been, this and that.
Oh, Kevin pointed out, he said you always got to remember Seth Rollins told Cody he was going to be his Shield.
Yeah, that too.
That's interesting.
Well, hey, Lucas, to that. But how do you bring him back?
Roman?
Yeah.
Could put him on Raw.
No. This is my thing. I don't think you can have Roman as a face anymore.
No, but if Seth is to get his rematch sometime soon, we're not expecting Roman back until the summertime. Probably
he won't be back till SummerSlam. They've already said he won't be back till SummerSlam.
Yeah,
we can all agree on that. So let's say SummerSlam, Seth is getting his rematch, right, for the world title. He'll be back. He's only taking off 4 weeks, they said.
Yeah.
So let's say Seth's getting his rematch at SummerSlam. That would be the perfect way to have Roman Reigns come back either during the match and have him cost Seth the match, or after the match where Seth's already lost, defeated, and Roman comes back and beats him the fuck down, gets on the mic, says, "You cost me my title. Now I'm about to cost you everything."
Like he did Braun Strowman?
And The Fiend, yeah. May God rest Bray
soul.
What
happens to the bloodline from here, y'all? Since Roman's without a title, what happens?
Solo is going to take over?
I think Roman needs to break off from the bloodline. I think he needs to kind of... No, listen. The redemption arc for Roman is about to be God tier. I'm telling you.
What? But how do you make that God tier, Lucas?
We got to see him come back first, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
But if there's anything I believe in Trips. I believe in Uncle Hunter. I believe in him giving us possibly one of the greatest redemption arcs ever. Because think of it this way. Roman has not felt this in years. He hasn't felt defeated. He hasn't felt stripped of his power.
Well, you know Roman is
on
sick.
Top.
Y'all know Roman is sick, right?
He's not sick.
The man said he's still fighting leukemia.
Obviously, yeah, but he said he's taking that chemotherapy pill every day. It's
but he's still sick.
But it's something he has to live with.
You still got cancer, you're sick.
He's still in remission, though. If you saw the whole thing, he said he's in remission.
Yeah, Lucas. But as long as you have that in your body, you're still sick. Yes, you're still in remission. But do you know what remission doesn't mean? It can't come back.
We know it's come back before already, obviously.
Yeah, no, he's.
But I'm just saying.
Better.
I'm just saying. For right now, it's not preventing him from performing. Is what I'm saying.
No.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
At least we don't know that.
I mean, let's be real. Whether that's the reason he's taking a break or not, we can all agree that he deserves a lengthy break.
Oh, hell
After
yeah.
putting the company on his back for 4
years, absolutely. I don't disagree.
I was telling Chris, it's weird seeing him. It's gonna be weird him not being the champion anymore. Like we've been used to you know how you're used to seeing the same thing over and over again, and it's like you're kind of used to it after a while. And it's kind of like now that Roman's not the champion, it's like when you see Cody with the title and everything, it's just like it's so surreal. Like, damn, Roman's not the champion no more. It's like, wow. It's like, so what happens now? And it's like, what's gonna happen now? Cody's the champ, and it's just when I saw Cody with the belt, it was like, damn, Cody is a champ. Wow.
Listen, I number one was not a fan of Roman losing. I wanted him to break the record.
Hogan's record?
Yeah. But it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. At least it was properly done. You know what I mean? At least it wasn't on no fluke ass shit. I mean, to be honest with you, let's keep it a buck. We pretty much knew it was gonna happen.
They spent 2 years building Cody's story arc.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you're gonna build someone's story arc for 2 years just to have them lose back-to-back years at WrestleMania.
That's what I was gonna say, Lucas. See the difference between when Brock Lesnar beat Roman Reigns again at WrestleMania is because they had years in between, which was 3 years in between. They had 3 years in between since their last WrestleMania match.
You mean when Roman beat Brock?
Huh?
You mean when Roman beat Brock?
No.
You're talking about the WrestleMania 34.
Yeah, WrestleMania. Remember when they WrestleMania 31 and WrestleMania 34. Remember Brock Lesnar beat him twice. He beat him in the rest. Well, Brock Lesnar didn't beat him because Seth Rollins came out. But yes, but then in 34 he beat him again because everybody thought Roman was going to win. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
And then hold on. Then remember in the Saudi Arabia show, Roman still lost.
Oh yeah, from the cage match. That was some fluky bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying to that is, I'm right there with you. I don't think they were going to go ahead and let that go happen back to back. You just can't. They would have threw a fucking riot.
All the Cody crybabies would have for sure.
So what happens next with Cody? What do you?
He's defending against Jey Uso.
No, that's Damian Priest.
Yeah, it's Damian Priest.
Is it?
Priest. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it was a fatal 4-way for the number one contendership for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Jey Uso won. Punk cost McIntyre that match too.
So where does Solo go from here? I think not Solo. I think Cody fights Solo. He's not done with the bloodline. Let's just keep that out the way. He's not done with the bloodline.
He goes to SmackDown.
Yeah. Either he goes to SmackDown or he goes to Raw. I believe they're gonna put the Universal title back on Raw.
And put Damian and the Judgment Day on SmackDown?
I believe so.
All right, so let me ask y'all this. Who from NXT is getting drafted where?
Melo's getting drafted to SmackDown.
Goes to Raw.
Dragunov goes to Raw.
I think Dragunov goes to Raw.
Braun Breaker's already in SmackDown, right?
Yeah,
Braun Baker's already on SmackDown.
So he's getting drafted to Raw.
Trick Williams isn't getting called up, is he?
No, because Trick's going to win the NXT title in 2 weeks, I believe.
Okay, all right.
So I believe Carmelo's going to SmackDown. So they'll put Carmelo on SmackDown. As far as NXT also called, I think that's going to be the only two. Is Dragunov and Perez.
All right. Can we start to address the big elephant in the room?
Hold on. Let's finish up with the draft and everything in regards to any other moves. Is there anybody from Raw or SmackDown needs to go over to Raw or SmackDown, or somebody needs to go from Raw or SmackDown over to NXT?
Absolutely.
Roman needs to go to Raw.
Roman should go back to Raw.
Cody should go to SmackDown.
Who?
I think Cody should stay on SmackDown.
I think Cody should go to SmackDown.
I would like him to, but I just have a feeling they're going to take the belt and switch him.
I would like Cody to stay on SmackDown. Me personally, I think Damian's suited to be on Monday Night Raw, if that makes sense. I just can't see him
I agree.
I can't see him being on SmackDown Blue, basically.
I agree, man. I agree. I don't think you're wrong.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that.
But to your point, Cody's a toss-up. I think Roman should go to Raw. I think Gunther should go to SmackDown. I think Gunther should go to SmackDown and fight Cody.
I think Drew should go back to SmackDown too.
I think Drew should stay on Raw because you gotta understand because CM Punk is there.
When Punk comes back, unless Punk gets moved to SmackDown too.
I don't see Punk going to SmackDown.
Yeah, you think
I don't see him moving to Friday. I don't see him moving to Fridays.
You think Raw executives want him?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And that's why I'm thinking about, because the deal with Netflix and then SmackDown staying on USA is trying to figure out who's going to go where, because you got to remember you're not going to probably do another draft until next year. So whoever's going to be on these shows, they're probably thinking long term in regards to everything happens.
I think Randy goes back to Raw.
I'm going to say this right now.
Uncle Howdy goes to SmackDown.
When Raw moves to Netflix, all type of hell is about to pop off. I'm telling you right now.
Well, Triple H and Rock said this is the first time we've actually got a confirmation that they are bringing the Attitude Era back. Well, maybe not so much as the full Attitude Era, because you really can't, because it's cancel culture.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm saying this right now, and one time only. It's not going to be the Attitude Era unless I see my Uncle Jeff Jarrett come back with that guitar and smack it over a bitch's head. I'm telling y'all right now.
That's what I was saying. It's not going to be the Attitude Era because you got to understand it's cancel culture. You're not going to be able to put bitches through tables and smash bitches in the head with chair shots. No bra and panties matches.
I don't care.
No live sex shows.
I mean, that would be fucking hilarious.
I think what they're gonna do is they won't have it like consistently like Dean Moxley, but they're gonna finally have color. You're gonna I think cage matches in Hell in a Cell will be back to having color. I think that you're gonna probably let a couple shits, fucks, damn ass and pussies slip. I think you're gonna let that go.
Some dipshit, some bitch ass, some whole type of fuck shit, basically.
They're not going to be able to say any type of homophobic slurs. No. You're not going to have any racial storylines.
No homophobic, no racial slurs. That's probably the only thing that you won't hear. Other than that, he said, we will not say the words shit, damn, fuck, piss.
Hey, Chris, what is Shawn Michaels called, bro?
Yeah, you can't call nobody the Grand Wizard. It is KKK, buddy.
Chris posted that on Snapchat. I was weak.
He said, and you know what? I think I heard one of them say the N-word.
That whole segment was priceless. I was like, wow, this is 1998.
Yeah,
we won't get no sables, no China. Ain't nobody showing puppies. There ain't gonna be no puppies.
Hey. Do you guys ever think there will be a modern day DX again?
No,
you can't do it.
Or even something close to it, relatively close to it.
You can't.
You can't do it. It's no possible way.
There's no way, bro. And especially with all this shit with Vince going down. Oh,
yeah. Have Val Venus. There's going to be no Val Venus character coming back to WWE.
No, ain't gonna be no porn star coming back. None of that.
The amount of I don't think people realize the amount of shit that those motherfuckers got away with back in the day. The amount of shit would get them canceled within 2 hours. Not even.
That was an era though. That was
dude, time to be alive. I swear. That was early 90s, like late 90s, early 2000s. Probably the best time to be a wrestling fan. Between like 1995 and 2005, forget it.
All right,
nothing will top that 10-year span, in my opinion.
All right, so that wraps up WrestleMania talk, y'all.
2007, Lucas.
I said 10-year span from 95 to 2005. I said 10 years, not 12. Listening is very, very nice to.
Oh, you talking about the gold? You talking about the golden era? The new generation era.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like the best 10 years to be a wrestling fan, but was between 1995 and 2005.
I disagree.
So. At least I think so.
You know what, Lucas? No, hold on. No, I don't disagree. No, I don't disagree.
The best 10-year span, and I'll tell you why, because they shifted from one era to another.
I think
it was gold.
The best 4-year span for me was WCW. I've always loved WWF.
That's another thing that you had in that 10-year span. You had the Monday Night Wars.
But the best span, if you want to talk about a 10-year span, then you want to talk about 97 to 2007.
Sure. I mean, we could definitely go that route, but Now I think 95 to 2005. That's where you really had the golden years. You had era transitions, the Monday Night Wars, the Invasion. Sure, that was all in the 10-year span that you mentioned too. But
you know what? But
I felt
the reason why I can't put 95, 96 in there, because if you, I don't know if you read up on this or if you remember, but do you know Vince, WWF was almost closed down in 95 and 96. Yeah, bro. You got to, bro. It was bad, bro. That like I don't understand. It was bad.
I know. I've read about it.
It was bad.
I'm saying like, damn, yeah.
It was bad, man. It was bad. And then on top of that, you forget the gimmicky characters. You know what I mean? They still was having that Bob Sparkplug, Holly.
What's going on in the NBA tonight, though? Wrong, some real shit.
I don't know.
The national blowout. The national
I put a ticket in, but I mean, whatever. But
Miami to go on this run. So anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're gonna beat the shit out of the Sixers.
Why do y'all play the Raptors the last 2 games of your season? Is the better question.
Why are y'all finna let Golden State get this 9th seed?
They are sitting at 9th.
No, they're not. They're the Lakers are at 9th. They're a half a game behind you, motherfuckers.
Well, we got.
If they win tonight, which they will. They're playing Portland. Then they take over the 9th because they have beat y'all. They won the season series.
That's cool. We'll still beat them in the one game.
Has been determined so far. It's going to be the Clippers in the
You know y'all got to win 2 games just to get in the playoffs.
That's
right?
fine. I don't care. Y'all gonna have to do the same possibly.
No, we don't. We got to win 1.
Hey, you gonna lose that one.
We hate losing to the fucking Sixers.
Yeah.
We ain't losing to nobody's Sixers, dog.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, no. Hey, it's okay. Hey, Lucas, it's okay. Your boy already got to send me my money. You'll send me my money too.
I ain't gonna have to send you shit. Have my 50 in all ones.
No, when you send me my money, because y'all not making the playoffs, y'all not finna beat Golden State and then beat the loser of the 7th and 8th seed.
You know what? You told me last year we weren't gonna beat Golden State and we bounced their asses right out of the playoffs.
You're right, I did. Hey,
you know what?
Guess what? Last year.
Guess what? And we gonna do the same fucking thing this year. I ain't even worried about those punk ass light skinned motherfuckers.
You're not going into whatever Orco to beat them because you're going to have the 10th seed when it's said and done.
I'm not worried about Klay Thompson, Mr. Killing Lays as usual.
Shit, Klay Thompson been killing.
Yeah, he been killing my parlays. That's what he been doing.
Yeah, that's because you've been spreading his unders.
Now you know damn well I'm the last motherfucker to bet unders ever. I tell you to not bet them.
Oh shit! I didn't want because of some under, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you did. Some, not all.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've won with some. Doesn't matter. You tell me not to do it as if I'm not gonna win with it.
I tell you not to do it because I'm not sitting there trying to depend on some player to be ass when I know the minute I click that under bet, he's about to turn into prime Kobe Bryant. Some power is about to be unlocked in him. He gonna feel
the only person that you have a good for sure shot of being under is PJ fucking Tucker.
And you know what's crazy? His line is never available because they know.
Yeah, because they know.
They know.
And even Draymond Green is tricky.
No. I see. Here's my thing. I know not to bet Draymond's points. I always bet his rebounds or his assists.
His rebounds and assists is what fucked me over. I never bet his points. But his rebounds and assists, oh, bro, I get hold.
I bet him for like
because 1 minute he'll have 7 assists, and then the next minute he'll have 3.
Like, what is you doing, bro?
Like, yeah, what the fuck is good? What the? It's a bonus thing scoring.
Said I got to add a couple people to the parlay ban list. Draymond Green said, "Ain't nothing green about you." Start calling me Draymond Red.
Paul George, P stain P.
Hey, P stain P, properly guarded. Proper garbage, as he said.
He called my nigga P stain P.
Hey, he said he was properly guarded. That's what his initials stood for.
All right, man. Let's get to the elephant in the room.
Yeah, the big elephant in the room. Let's address that shit.
All right, y'all. So that's the end of WrestleMania. The next pay-per-view is coming up on May
4th. It's Backlash.
Backlash Live.
12 o'clock start time, since they'll be in France.
They'll be in France for that one.
Chris, you're more than welcome to come by the new spot if you want to come check it out and watch.
You mean to tell me I'll be up? I'll be up.
Motherfucker, you better be. It's noon. I would hope you're not sleeping at I would hope your ass is not in bed at 12.
True. Chamber when it was 5 o'clock in the morning.
Nah, Chris said, Chris, I already know what Chris does for those morning shows. He said, I get up, turn it on just to fall right back to sleep. And you know what's crazy? I still have not.
The next day, though, after
I still never watched it. I don't care. I didn't care.
I am ignorant. Like, I am sick. I'm ignorant like that. I will set an alarm just to turn that shit on to go to sleep. Ignorant, right? And don't go back to watch it either.
Why would you?
There you go.
Anyways, y'all, let's get into the main event where we're, as y'all know, and then I'll let them speak on it and everything. I'll let them take the reins.
1 second.
Hold on.
I need to get my thoughts ready. Give me like 30.
Yeah. I'm going to need this for that.
So, while they're grabbing their stuff, as y'all know, the big elephant in the room, like Lucas said, was the whole Young Bucks footage that they released last night on Dynamite regarding the all-in incident between CM Punk and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. If y'all know what happened, they got a little backstage incident that happened. Well, you know, CM Punk and Jack Perry are both out of the companies. As you know, CM Punk is with WWE now, and then Jack Perry is in New Japan. So, the incident happened last year about some glass putting somebody through a glass table, and there was a little incident. So last night, the Young Bucks, last week it was announced that the Young Bucks were going to release footage from All In. And last night they actually did. A lot of people thought it was going to be some kind of like fake footage or something like with some pretend characters pretending to be somebody. It was actually real footage that was released. And it was like, I think it was like about 6 minutes, I want to say, I believe. So,
it was a minute 30.
It was like, it was a minute 30. I thought it
was only a minute.
A minute 30. Okay, so they released the footage last night in regards to what happened, and the whole internet has gone completely crazy in regards to this incident. So, with that being said, I'm going to pass the reins over to Lucas in regards to what he thought about it, everything. I'm gonna let them handle this for the most part. I'll still be on here for random comments or whatever and everything, but I'm gonna let them handle this in regards to what happened. They're all ready to go and everything. I figure I want to do something different, so I want to hand them over the reins because they feel like they've been.
Lucas, you go first.
They've been acknowledging this. So Lucas, I'm gonna drop back everything. So if I'm looking down at my phone, everything, I'll air my comments or whatever when I need to. I'm gonna let y'all handle it from here. So Lucas, you want to drop it off? You want to start it off? Go ahead, fam. Like I said, I'm sitting back on this one, so y'all go ahead and take the reins, man. Y'all enjoy.
So before I begin and say what I have to say, I am not a CM Punk fan. I have never been a CM Punk fan, and I never will be a CM Punk fan. But with that being said, he's right in the situation. If anybody watched the interview that he did a week and a half ago with Helani or whatever the hell his name is, that video that they showed last night was everything that Punk said is exactly what happened. What you saw in the video is exactly what Punk explained happened in his interview. Now, that did more harm to AEW, if you ask me. I think they buried themselves deep last night. I don't know what made Tony Khan want to air that. Can we just... Here's the thing. All In happened what? August, right? So why are you airing something that happened over the summer literally almost a whole year later?
And on top of that you fired the person for it.
So I don't know who said it, but they said it best. CM Punk is the only dude to make it on WWE and AEW television within the span of 3 days. The man doesn't work for AEW anymore. He's not employed by AEW. My thing is, what is that cokehead owner thinking that showing the footage of All In is going to accomplish? We know what it's going to accomplish. It was just a cheap pop for ratings. And they still didn't draw the rating that they were hoping to draw, which is the sad part.
And then on top of that, the crowd took over and was chanting CM Punk.
Yep. And here's my thing about it. The ones who are up in arms and saying, oh, Phil feels this, and CM Punk should be sued and fired from WWE and this and that. The only ones up in arms are the Tony Khan pole jockers, the meat riders, the ones who will sit there and take any type of criticism for their Lord and Savior, Tony Khan. Those are the only ones up in arms about it. Hell, even Punk's haters, like me, will sit there and say he was right. He did nothing wrong. Jack Perry, on the other hand, look, if you're trying to do stupid shit and you've been told no, not to do it, then you brought it upon yourself. Now, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, thinking that you could just talk shit and think there's no repercussions. My thing is, why was the video shown with no audio? I want to hear what was said between those two. I want to hear what initiated it, because let's be real, you're not just going to push somebody like that if you're not being called some type of bitch or something that's going to initiate a fight. Right, Chris?
I 100% agree. Something had to just trigger somebody to just put hands on you.
And it's like, we could sit there and say, like, Punk's got a fragile ego at the end of the day. And sure, he might. He does. It's gotten in the way before. But like I said, there's nothing. I can't recall him ever getting into any backstage fights in WWE ever. Or like, he may have gotten in verbal altercations. That's one thing. But to get into a physical altercation with another talent behind the scenes, I mean, look, whether people want to say that Jack Perry was right or wrong, it doesn't matter. I think he was wrong. He was told no, and hell, even the higher ups were saying that he shouldn't do the whole glass stunt on TV or whatever, that it was not appropriate. So, like I said, you get told no, you push your limits, there's gonna be repercussions. Punk took the initiative and did something about it, because that cokehead millionaire Mark did not do shit about it. He's not a businessman. And I hope Warner Brothers saw that and told themselves, like, this is not a businessman. He's a fucking clown running a circus. So, hey, if AEW doesn't get a TV deal by the end of the year, that sinking ship is going to sink very fucking fast. And I'm all here for it. The floor is yours, Chris.
That's a good drink. Okay. To piggyback off that guy they call Demetrius, I am not a CM Punk fan. Don't care for the man. I've seen him many times. I don't even think he should have came back to WWE. Actually, I was happy he got fired from the AEW. I thought it was funny.
We were at Survivor Series when he came back, and we didn't pop or anything. We
didn't pop. We were shocked that he was there, because we both said he wasn't going to be there.
Right. We were in,
you know what I mean?
And just kind of embracing the moment, but that's about it.
My energy has been the same. You ain't seen a CM Punk. I'm glad he got it. The same with Cody. I don't give a shit for Cody. Fact of the matter is, go back. This situation does not look good for a brand or a company that is AEW, who's still within the tenure of 5 years. You feel me? It only goes to show what everybody has been saying. And once again, this is not me defending fucking CM Punk, but it goes to show to say that the inmates run the asylum. It goes to show that exactly what it is. You gave people like the Young Bucks power. You gave a kid some money to go to the toy store. That's what it did. And me and Lucas have been arguing. You ain't been in the chat today, Keith. We understand. I tagged you, but whatever. We get it. Everything like that. But I don't think you understand how bad AEW fans, I'm not even going to call them smarks no more, because they look bad right now. They are scrambling, reaching out for that life support. Like Lucas brought up, CM Punk was on WrestleMania, Monday Night Raw, and AEW Dynamite within a 5-day fucking span. Within a 5-day span.
Talk about a character, huh?
Right. Hold on, listen. You fired this man. So you want to show the reason why he's fired 7 months later? Listen, I can understand if you did that the day after you fired him. When you came out and said, hey, I had to fire CM Punk because I feared for my life. This is why. You wait 7 months later. You want to know why you waited 7 months later? Because what CM Punk said was facts. He told the truth on that show. And you know what they say in a black community, Keith, you know what they say? A hit dog will holler. A hit dog will holler. So TK and AEW, they barked loud. They was howling at the moon. Once again, I am not a CM Punk fan. But tell me, how does this make CM Punk look worse?
If anything, it helps them.
They're saying, oh, he sucker punched him. We don't know what the fuck happened because we don't have no audio. I've had a AEW fan say, well, those video cameras don't have audio. So therefore, you can't say it was a sucker punch because you don't know what the fuck. Everybody hears the smack, but they don't see what caused the smack.
I didn't see no punch in the video. I just saw him get shoved.
I saw that man snatch him up.
Shove him and then snatch him up and put him in a headlock. That's about it. And then I think he started to point to somebody at the right-hand side and get
TK, that was TK.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I figured.
See, but that's the thing. But that's the thing, you know. It's not the point that it's the fact that once again, AEW fans, instead of WWE lives rent free in TK's head. And whether y'all want to admit it, if you could be a fan of all promotions. You can be a fan of, you can do all that. But what you can never do is deny the truth. You cannot deny what you've seen. You don't have, listen, we're WWE fans, but ain't no way, you can never sit here and say, we never dogged WWE. We've never called them out for how trash they was for a long time. Let's not act like they weren't trash for a while.
We gave them their fair criticism.
We went on listen, there was times we really weren't watching.
And there was times we were kind of excited to see what AEW was about at first. But now all these years later, we're just noticing it's nothing but a circus act.
So my thing is, I am not a yes friend. I don't care what I like. I love LeBron James. That's my favorite player. You think I don't sit there and say he choked in Dallas?
A real LeBron fan will tell you his mistakes firsthand.
You fucking right. Like I said, Lucas is my best friend. You think Lucas ain't never told me when I'm in the wrong?
Same thing with you. You told me when I'm in the wrong plenty of times.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So that's piggybacking off that. So that's what I'm saying. I don't care how great I like you. Let me tell you what I'm saying. NWA, I like you. We know this. I like NWA over WWE. But NWA can't fuck with WWE.
Nope.
At all. But guess what? I like them. I like their company. But you think I would sit there and say, oh, they're the best. Oh, they can do this. Oh, they can do that. No, I know what the fuck they can and cannot do.
Oh, the best one. They made me love pro wrestling again.
They made me love pro wrestling. Oh, I got on this dude's ass today about that. He said, "Oh, AEW made me love wrestling again." I said, "But the narrative for AEW fans is they made me love I love pro wrestling. So how did AEW make you love pro wrestling, but you love pro wrestling beforehand?" And then so the dude retort when I hit him, I said, "So you mean to tell me you didn't like
TNA, ROH back in the day,
Lucha, MLW, and anything like that?" You know what his retort was? Because he had nothing to say. Oh, you're getting mad because I'd rather choose AEW. I said,
no, you're getting mad. You're getting mad because you can't answer the question properly.
There you go. Exactly.
That's what I would have told him.
My thing is, and now the new thing is, we don't care about numbers.
You don't care about numbers. They change their narrative every week.
Yeah, exactly.
One week, it's we don't care about ratings. Hell, The best one. They were using cage match for a while. Now cage match dogging the fuck out of them. Oh, cage match never mattered. Really?
Yeah.
Like, pick a side. Pick a side. Isn't
So
it exhausting?
so the thing is, I don't want to see nobody lose their job.
Never.
But if you can't reckon, and I put this in one of those groups, and motherfuckers was mad, but it's the truth. AEW, in their 5-year tenure, has officially stepped into WCW 2000 territory.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely getting there.
And we all know what that means. That is the beginning of the end.
You know the funny thing about that you say, Chris? These marks will sit there and make up a new narrative. Oh, AEW's so and so many weeks from passing WCW's 10. Who gives a shit? We all know the end fate. The end game is still going to be them going out of business.
Absolutely. And if they don't go out of business, they are well on their way to TNA territory.
The only
do you know what I mean by TNA territory?
Off TV, 200,000 viewers a week.
Losing viewers. You don't have a channel to go to. It don't matter how much money your dad got.
He could pull the plug on that any minute, too. That's what people fail to realize.
Ted Turner was a fucking billionaire. Cut his motherfucking ass. They don't give a fuck.
Hey, Papa Khan could cut that water off any second from AEW. That's what people fail to realize. If he notices it's not being profitable or making money, mind you, the Jaguars are about to renovate the fuck out of their stadium. And if AEW ain't bringing in the change to support the funding for that new stadium, because what many people don't realize is that Papa Khan owns the Jaguars too, and that is his first source of income.
Right.
Not AEW, not the soccer team that they own. The soccer team is a valuable source of income that they have too.
Right.
But AEW definitely is not. Like I said, he can cut the water off that anytime he wants. And the minute he does, go ahead, Chris.
And then this was a funny ass thing. The Young Bucks and TK showed CM Punk lunging at Jack Perry. But where's the video when CM Punk whooped their ass?
Oh, yeah, after All Out. They don't want to show that. They definitely don't want to show that.
Where's the video when CM Punk punked their ass?
Hey, that shit Ricky posted in the group chat, though, earlier was so funny because CM Punk could do the funniest shit ever if he really wants to.
You know what?
Hey, that's a privacy thing. They have their laws. He could sue their ass.
Yeah.
He could sue. Like I said, he has a chance to do the funniest shit ever.
Well, come to find out, a lot of the talent did not like that they did that.
No. They were furious.
They said that broke like wrestling protocol. You don't never show no shit like that. You don't never show what goes on in the backyard. Because if that's the case, I need to see Booker T and Batista fight.
They spent a half hour trying to take shots at WWE. Half hour on a 2-hour show. They spent half hour trying to take shots at WWE. Like, Tony, your fragile little ego is going to be what causes the downfall of your company. And it's not that I want AEW to die, but I want to watch it die with their stupid fans.
I don't want AEW to die, but I ain't gonna lie. Their fans make my headache.
Like I said, I want to sit back and watch it die while their fans cry like little birds.
They fans make my head hurt.
Their fans,
because
I don't think they're real, bro.
I can't. I expect people to have some type of level of intelligence.
They're empty-headed.
When I talk to certain AEW fans,
they're empty-headed.
Very much. I have never seen today. I have never seen so much backpedaling.
I've never seen so much crying from a fan base ever.
I simply said, "Hey, I wrote this. I said, I guarantee a lot of y'all were CM Punk fans August 20th, 2021.
They all were.
I guarantee y'all was.
They all were. We all.
And you know what? Motherfuckers couldn't answer that.
Nope. Why would they? Because it doesn't fit their narrative. It doesn't fit their narrative. They
it doesn't fit
come
their
up
narrative.
with some bullshit excuse to backpedal or change the narrative.
You are
that's all they do. That's all they do.
You are 1 year removed from having 1 million viewers, and you're sitting there trying to tell me 800,000 is okay? You're telling me that. This dude tried to sit there and tell me AEW gets 4 million viewers a week. I said, that's
According
a fucking. I said, let me tell you something. The numbers added up from Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage.
Not even
doesn't even eclipse 2 million.
Nope.
Do you know that? It does not eclipse 2 million.
Why would he know that? He's stupid.
So
AEW fans have no brain.
Yeah. I said, okay. And then he tried to sit there and say, well, he tried to bring up numbers. Oh, well, WWE went from 4 million viewers to 1.6 in 5 years. I said, let me tell you something. WWE ain't never lost 1 million. I'll tell you like this. You will never see WWE with over 1 million views. I promise you, with under 1 million views. I promise you that.
This is my biggest
problem. You tell me how 800 is more than 1.6.
My biggest
when you can tell me that, then I'll shut the fuck up. And he never responded to that.
No, because you notice how these AEW fans are so quick to be like, oh, but WWE, this and like, bro, shut up. We're not talking about WWE here.
Right, we're not talking about WWE.
Like y'all, like they're so quick to bring up WWE in any conversation. Like we could be 10 comments deep about AEW. And then the minute you say something that they don't want to hear, oh, but bro, like really? Right. Rent free. Fucking free.
Right.
And then you got this little twerp, Will Ospreay, who's sitting there saying, oh, well, he's in the spot that he's in because who's grinding on the bosses. First of all, buddy, Triple H never mentioned you by name. All right?
A hit dog will holler. Dog will holler.
And if I recall, Triple H did mention somebody being young, denying that talent. Osprey's like what, 31?
Yeah,
you ain't young, my boy. You the same age. The same age as me, the way I see it.
And another thing, Lucas.
The thing is, though, the only reason he said that is because he knows it hit him in his pussy. That's where it hurt him. His lady parts got twisted up in a bunch, so he felt like he had to take a shot.
And another thing, Lucas. How many times are y'all gonna keep recycling that old ass comeback? Oh, you wouldn't be where you're at if you didn't fuck the boss's daughter. Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, let's be real now. Does Triple H really need to be in the position he's in if he doesn't screw Stephanie to begin with? The dude's a Hall of Famer, 2-time Hall of Famer.
Listen, please make it. How is it bad because you had a plug? Motherfuckers got plugs.
You know what he's mad about? Triple H's worst match is better than Ospreay's best match. That's why he's mad. That's the real reason why he's mad. And like I said,
you know what? And Will Ospreay, you know why Will Ospreay's mad? Because he knows
Seth Rollins makes more than him too.
Exactly, because he knows what pissed him off. It wasn't the fact that Triple H said that, because what pissed him off more is because Will Ospreay saw how great WrestleMania was.
Oh yeah,
and he knew he could have got that as well as a big payday.
He could have been on the biggest spectacle of the year.
Exactly.
And I'm not agreeing with people when they say this because I think it's bullshit. But there's people saying that this WrestleMania is definitely up there with one of the best of all time.
I saw that too. Actually, they had it top 5. I said, yeah, ain't nobody killing WrestleMania 17. So
I had to stop somebody there because they tried to tell me it was better than 17. I'm like, no, hold up. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. Because that's any true WWE fan who's been watching since like the early 90s, late 90s will tell you that WrestleMania 17 is the GOAT of all WrestleMania.
I tell you like this. WrestleMania 17's promos alone is killing. Some of y'all favorite pay-per-views.
Alone. The My Way promo with Austin and The Rock is the GOATed promo ever.
Of promos.
Ever in WWE history.
More people don't understand. And I read this too. Limp Bizkit even said something. He said that song became a hit because of WWE.
Absolutely it did. And Roland became hits because of WWE.
That album really went on to sell a lot
chocolate starfish.
Due to WWE.
Yeah.
Due to WWE.
I miss the promos from back in the day when they set up feuds and they used every promo. It's like, and I watched the old promos on YouTube in regards to like the old matches from back in the old pay-per-views, and it felt like every match had a promo to it, and it made the match feel more important.
Right.
To the promo.
Right.
Go back and the one I like, my personal favorite one was the John Cena Undertaker one from Vengeance.
Yeah.
They were
03.
Yeah. I like it too.
I love that promo because it was like old school versus new school. And I like that promo because it put Cena up there like a threat to the Undertaker. And I like the promo, and it made the match build. And then even when Undertaker came out, Undertaker didn't ride the motorcycle down to the green. Motherfucker took his time. He sat at the top of the ramp and said, "Nah, I'm gonna take my sweet ass time coming because I'm gonna whoop your ass." But I'm gonna take
he's
my
the
sweet
GOAT.
ass time coming down to the ring and whoop your ass.
He's the GOAT. He could take his sweet ass time.
I loved it. That was a banger of a match too.
But here's my thing with the Austin Rock promo. It's like you watch that promo and you can't tell me that you don't want to go and watch that match following it.
Yes. Every promo.
It gave you that big fight feeling. It's probably the biggest match ever in WrestleMania history. I don't care. I don't care how many matches they dub going forward saying, oh, it's the biggest match and blah, blah, blah. Like, nothing will top Austin Rock at Mania 17.
The two I like Stone Cold Scott Hall's promo.
From 18?
Yeah, I like their promo because at the end, Scott Hall said, I heard that you were the baddest son of a bitch in WWE. And he said, prove it. And they show Austin before the music came, and it was Austin's face, and it was like, oh, shit, here we go.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That was a true old school versus new school type of thing.
Yeah,
at that time, it was.
The promos got you excited for the match, and they showed the promos going into the match. It definitely got you excited for the pay-per-view match.
WWE really gave us 4 straight banger WrestleManias.
Yeah.
From 17, 18, 19, and 20, you can't tell me those 4 aren't in majority of people's top 10s.
Overall, WrestleMania is just the whole weekend, and Lucas mentioned this in the chat, of them going to 2 nights, which was a genius idea.
I love it. I love it. I think it's the best idea they've ever had. Because here's my thing. We saw WrestleMania 35 and how they tried to cram all those matches into one night. And I'll put it to you this way. Like, I had friends that went that year too, and they were telling me after how exhausted they were, how tired they were, trying to sit through that many matches. Like, I think going 2 nights is better because here's the thing. You get a whole weekend extravaganza out of it. Because you got Friday Night SmackDown.
Absolutely.
You got Friday Night SmackDown. NXT Stand and Deliver airs at 12 o'clock. And then by the time that ends, you got a 3-hour gap between night 1 of WrestleMania and that. And then you got night 2, followed by the Raw after Mania. So you got what?
5 days.
Five shows in the span of 4 days.
And it's like it was so much going on that weekend, man.
Like 6 shows in the span of 5 days if you count NXT.
And shout out to WWE, they put on a great show. Shout out to Triple H
and HBK. Don't forget about Shawn Michaels. You got to give him his flowers too.
Shout out to them, man, for putting on an amazing show. And it's like, I feel like we're in a new season now. They
put up 16,000 people for NXT. I'm saying it right now. NXT is so fucking back. Yeah, I've been tuning in again weekly and watching type shit. Like, they're so back to the point where I'm watching weekly again.
Yeah, and I've been a fan since, and I know the 2.0 days were not the days where like people. But you know what I said? I was always that kind of person. I was like, let me see where this goes. I
think the way they're using NXT now is so much better because you got your up and coming talent that you're developing, but you're also mixing them in with talent from the main roster who's coming back to get a fresh start too. It works itself out if you really think about it.
Exactly. Their tag team division is good. The women's division is really good. You got a lot of talent in the women's division.
NXT's women's division is the best in wrestling right now. Nobody can fucking tell me otherwise.
Jada Parker. Lord have mercy.
Oh, my God. She might be the reason why I fully watch now on Tuesdays. Sheesh.
Lord have mercy. Jada Parker. Lord have mercy.
All right, boys, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap this up, fellas. Hey, so I'll let y'all have at it and everything. You know, it's like, hey, I always tell people you're always welcome to come on the show, voice your opinion, man. We love to have y'all on. Kevin, we want to thank you for I don't know if you're still with us or not, man, but hey, thank you for giving your 2 cents, man. We do appreciate it. We definitely gonna have you guys on the show eventually coming up. That's all I was talking about. I'm working on things on the side and everything. So I was like, any fellow podcasters with the wrestling thing, definitely we love to have y'all on, man. Do a cross show, you know, and everything. I don't know when they do their shows. I do think, I mean, they had a show Tuesday night. I don't know if that's their regular night they do shows. I will definitely find out that when they do their shows. So maybe we can be on their show. We'd love to have them on eventually. So we'll definitely we'll do a cross collaboration on that. Right now, we're in the midst of a new season with WWE kind of things are kind of restarting. Like I said, we got the draft coming up. We got Backlash coming up. So we got a lot of things coming up with WWE. And like I said, I keep everything updated regarding the pages going on. And past weekend was Ring of Honor. I know they just had their Super Card of Honor. Shout out to Mark Briscoe, man, becoming the Ring of Honor World Champion on the day. I think it was, I forgot how many years it was when his brother, rest in peace, Jay Briscoe, when he won the Ring of Honor title. Shout out to Mark Briscoe for winning the Ring of Honor World Championship title, man. So definitely shout out to him. Of course, AEW Dynasty is April 21st, live on pay-per-view. Once again, if y'all missed something regarding anything with Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, I don't keep Collision updated as much as usual. I apologize. It's like I update as much as I can. I need a break. So I apologize for that. I'm going to go back and start updating Collision on Saturday nights. But sometimes I do everything with Raw, NXT, SmackDown. I need a little bit of a break. So
Don't nobody give a fuck about no Collision rate results.
I still post them and everything. I only post if something significant happens. If something significant comes out that show, typically they don't really have anything come out of that. So, but I will definitely keep everything updated. Like I said, we got the draft. We got a lot of things coming up. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned, man. Definitely. I want to thank y'all again. Hey, apologize. Like I said, I wasn't with it today, but hey, I appreciate y'all fellas for helping me get through the show. Hey, I feel better. I felt like my heart needed it.
Good.
Thank y'all for that.
I'm glad.
It definitely makes me feel better, because like I said, it's been a down day. I've had a long day, emotional day, and I needed this. This is definitely, it's an escape from all the shit that I be going through. So it was definitely much appreciated. Thank y'all for that. Make sure again, y'all follow all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I say Twitter. I don't usually put stuff on Twitter because it's only like
you don't want me to get a hold of our Twitter account.
So
I'm dead ass. Don't let me get a hold of it.
So I'll post stuff on the Twitter. So keep that up. And then like I said, collaborations are coming. The Two Fat Guys podcast, a lot of other come, and we're gonna do some more things with the show. I actually I'm gonna holler at Kevin in regards to his show and everything in regards to they also do StreamYard too. So they're definitely, I'll talk with them about that. Any last shout outs y'all want to give? Anybody y'all want to give?
This is the last show I'm doing here at this house.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Mom Dukes. Shout out to Greg Mormon. Shout out to my kids. Shout out to my family. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to the fellas. 2 fingers up. Holla at y'all.
The next time y'all see me, I'll be in a different setting. As y'all can see. Slowly moving.
You took the Ohio State flag down already?
Oh, it's been down. I mean, there's still the stadium picture up there, but yeah, for the most part, slowly packing shit away.
When we do the next show, you'll be in it, and then of course,
I should be in the new casa, so
I'll be in my current place for another year. But then after that, starting July next year, I'll be doing shows from my own house, bro.
Yeah, I'll be in the new casa the next time we do a show, which will probably be Backlash week.
We'll do a show before Backlash. I think the next show we'll do is after the draft.
Don't those fall in the same week?
I think they fall in the same week.
I think those are May 4th.
May 4th. The draft actually takes place on the 26th.
So it's that Monday.
Perfect.
That Monday.
So we'll do it.
Wait, April, right? April, right?
Yeah, May 2nd we'll do the next show. May 2nd.
Okay.
So that'll give the time for more storylines to develop. And we should be able to go, as a matter of fact, we should be able to go over the card for Backlash on May 2nd.
For sure.
So unless they do add a match on the Friday, it's rare that they ever add a match like the night before pay-per-view. So, oh, you know what? They're gonna pre-record. You know that?
Because they're gonna be in France.
They're gonna fly. Oh, they gotta fly out. So they're gonna probably pre-record the third show.
That's gonna be an 8-hour flight for them.
Yeah, so they'll probably pre-record that show on the 26th.
Yeah.
So they'll probably do that show, and then
so we might have the results earlier than that.
Yeah, somebody will leak the results and yeah, I'm not gonna leak anything. If y'all find the results, find them online yourself. I'm not doing it until they actually air the show. But if y'all want to look, y'all, it's gonna be on the internet. Just find
spoil yourselves, I guess.
Yourself. I'm not doing it.
Whatever.
It's not my job to spoil myself because it's not fun.
Yeah, so, no, I'm not the spoiling type.
Yeah, we'll do the show on May 2nd. Yeah, May 2nd will be a good show because we'll have the rosters will be updated, and then we'll have the card for Backlash. So May 2nd will be our next show. If anything happens before then, we'll do another show. But with everything, I think everything is slowing down a little bit, and then everything's building back up. So we'll have a little time between them.
Yeah, we still got a few storylines that need to get set in stone still. So
yeah, we got spring breaking for NXT coming up. So hopefully, when we do the next show, we'll probably have new champions. We'll have places. We'll have people in new on new shows. So we'll have that, and we're getting ready into the summer, y'all. We trucking along, man. So anything else, Lucas, before we head out? Before I wrap up the show myself?
Nah, all I know is Phil was right. Phil was right. I'm standing on that hill.
Phil was right. All right, Luke, you want to take out? You want to be out? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man.
All right, for sure. Y'all have a good night.
All right, he is out. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. So, once again, thank y'all for everybody who's reached out to me today. I really do appreciate it. Let me see. Who was this in the comments? I think somebody made a comment. Oh, Phil was right. Somebody commented. Shout out to Dan Jones for commenting, man. I'm going to wrap this up, y'all. Once again, thank you for everybody who reached out to me today in regards to the 1 year of my mother passing. Thank y'all, man. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the phone calls. Thank y'all for the text, man. I really do appreciate it. Miss my mom. If y'all had the pleasure of meeting my mother, you know what kind of person my mother was. She was near and dear to my heart. I love her forever and always. Keep her close to my heart, and definitely miss her. Like I told y'all at the beginning of the show, make sure you tell your loved ones you love them now. Always get the opportunity, tell them you love them now because before it's too late. You know, I can say that my parents had a good life all the way up to their passing, and my mother lived in a great life as well. And I'm blessed that she got to be around family and friends before her passing. And we did the show for her. So, Mom, the show was for you. I hope I'm making you proud. You know I mess up here and there, and I always look up and I'm like, I know. But I hope I made you proud, Mom, and I'm doing well. Don't worry about me like you always do. I'll be all right. Anyways, y'all, I'm going to wrap this up. Hey, next show, May 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, I'll drop the promo before then. Let y'all know. Please make sure y'all follow all the socials. I do appreciate everyone who's been following all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Definitely appreciate y'all. More things coming, more collaborations coming. So, but thank you, Dan. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Got more stuff coming, and thank y'all for everybody who's been staying with me this whole way. Truly blessed to have y'all in my life. Thank y'all for everything. But I'm gonna sign out here. It's getting late. As we always say here at Wrestling Talk Radio, we're not just wrestling fans, we're wrestling fans. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Rest in peace, Mom Dukes. Love you. Good night, y'all.